Game 1, time in.
Kiora will be our first server here in game number 1.
Side out.
Yeah, something to look for. Kaitlyn Christian is going to be as aggressive as she possibly can, move forward, close well. Kiora has really nice passing shots. Once she finds that rhythm, especially that backhand roll across court, just keeps it out of the opponent's strike zone so well.
1-0. Point.
You can tell there's some adrenaline pumping in Kiora Kunimoto right now. Overhit a couple backhands.
2-0.
Would be natural for a young talent.
Absolutely. I remember, you know, when I had those nerves, especially in doubles, I would hit a drive that would hit the video board a couple times and be like, oh, whoops, need to dial it back here.
0-2. Point.
She'll get there here in a few points.
After review, the rallies overturned. The ball was in. Loss of free challenge, no free challenge, 1 free challenge. Will resume play at 2-0. Time in, 2-0. Point.
Unforced miss from Kiora, looking for her rhythm. Kaitlyn Christian looking to take advantage.
3-0. Point.
And I think for Kunimoto, she knows that Kaitlyn Christian is such a strong athletic player. So I think right now she feels like she almost has to hit as hard as Kaitlyn Christian. But, you know, just stick to your own game. Oh, it hit her foot.
Unfortunate. Off the tape, then off the foot. Winner of this one will face the winner of Leah Jansen and Zoe Wong. That match taking place on Grandstand at the moment. Keep you posted. I'm sure Kaitlyn Christian won't appreciate that replay.
Those more of the passes that we're used to seeing from Kunimoto, though. Kind of that off-speed, heavy backhand roll. We're going to see a lot more of that this match.
Yeah, I was talking with Paris Todd a little bit, too, about that wind-up yesterday and just the swing, but she made a good point. She said sometimes it makes it more deceptive where she's going. Kind of like the, like a little cobra action. It just kind of holds you up for an extra half second, which I thought was an interesting perspective.
Point.
Yeah, I think it's partially that, and also just like we talked about with Hunter Johnson, lets the ball come into his body a little bit more. When you do that, it is harder to read where you're going, so I think that's kind of part of what works for Kunimoto as well.
Point. Timeout receiver. Time in. 6-1. Point. Seven one.
Oh, had the ATP in mind, and on the paddle, just falling short. Nice scramble from Kaitlyn Christian, too. The leg cord recalibrates.
Side out.
Kiora gets away with one there, but Kaitlyn Christian eating up some short returns to get to the net.
1-8.
Oh. Can she get there too? Oh, man. Wow.
So
fast. I mean, she just stopped and waited and said, all right, I'll try for it.
With the touch, and I fully thought she would make that as well.
It's impressive.
Amazing effort.
8-1. Point.
Kaitlyn Christian just in full control.
I think if Kiora can just get her returns a little bit deeper, it's tough off these big serves, though. That would just keep Kaitlyn Christian back a little bit more. I mean, she's just able to get to the net so quickly and take away any time away from Kunimoto.
Kaitlyn Christian mentioned the 3 titles she's won on tour. Last one came in August of 2025, looking to get back into the gold category.
Point.
There we go. Maybe the first time that she's made it to the net just because of the pressure that Kaitlyn Christian is bringing. Definitely helps the confidence.
2-9. Side out.
Just the slide and the stretch after a phenomenal passing shot by Kiora.
9-2.
Wow.
Side out.
Big blast from Kiora. The crowd is trying to edge her on.
And to your point with that stroke, how she kind of takes that wind up and holds it, you could tell Kaitlyn had no clue where that pass was going. Beautiful.
There too. Same thing. Little momentum for the young 18-year-old.
That's when she's at her best, when she's hitting those dipper angles, but even angles from the baseline. I remember when she played Brooke Buckner in Minnesota, she just hits these sharp angles, takes her opponent off the court, and opens it up. Fresh lifetime ball here.
3-9. Side out. Nine 3. Side out.
And just for Kiora to see that Kaitlyn Christian is human and is making a couple errors just helps you kind of calm down a little bit. Like, okay, she's, you know, giving me something to work with.
Oh, what a ball. Off a silky reset from Kaitlyn Christian.
I mean, that took 3 world-class shots from Kunimoto to win that point. Such great court coverage. Nice touch. There's that angle, though. Bread and butter.
4-9.
Again. Look at that. You promised it.
We knew it was coming. We just didn't know when.
And she talked about that in her match yesterday, of just how she started to work.
The point, not just one.
Wow. How about that?
She's moving so much better. Great placement and footwork, and just so decisive.
Well, the longer the rallies go, I think it serves her with that footwork ability. Hang in for one more shot. Doesn't like that one, though.
You're exactly right, though. I mean, the first 8 or 9 points were so short. She really didn't have time to find any rhythm. But now the last few points have been longer, so she's found it very quickly. That hurts.
Game point off a let cord. Yeah, it does.
Especially when you're just getting the momentum on your side, and for that to happen at 9-6, that's tough.
Big play from Kaitlyn Christian to polish off Kiora.
0-0. Side out.
Just wide for Kaitlyn Christian. Came out aggressive in the opening point.
That's the key. It doesn't have to be a perfect pass, just below the net. So good. By far her best shot. So effective. Even if you know it's coming, it's so well placed.
Yeah.
And just out of your strike zone. Disguises it so well.
1-0. Side out.
Tough to change direction there. I would have liked to see her stay in that angle cross-court forehand rally, which she's so effective at. Kunimoto is.
Point.
What a point for Kaitlyn Christian.
And that's her game. Running around that forehand, I was about to say,
So
man, she's
good at
getting
that.
pretty far off the court, but
Yeah.
she ripped that inside-out forehand. You have to if you're going to get that far out of position.
So if you're Kiora, you know your opponent runs around it pretty well, but is there a way to exploit that too, to
1-1.
work against Kaitlyn in that category?
Let.
Another leg cord.
2 in a row.
A serve. Let's go for 3.
Does she get a bonus point for a third, or what are the rules here?
1-1. Point.
Yeah, so for somebody who favors a forehand like Kaitlyn Christian does, you want to go to her forehand first on her forehand side and open up the backhand and then attack and come in. Or if you're going to go to that backhand corner, which she likes to run around, keep it lower so it's out of her strike zone and she can't tee off.
Goes heavy slice on that backhand side for Christian.
Just deep enough to give her enough trouble, but
Yeah.
risky slicing to Kiora's money backhand pass.
3-1.
Just clips the tape.
Ooh, how about that shot on the run? Holds it to the last second.
I mean, Kiora's trying to get it to Kaitlyn Christian's backhand, but Kaitlyn just such
4-1.
a good mover, such a great athlete. She's got to go to that forehand corner first to open up the backhand and try to be aggressive from there.
1-4. Side out. Four one.
Oh.
Point.
Right shot and mouse at the highest level, I think.
Side out.
See if Kiora can make an adjustment here, which she did really well yesterday. Try to find something that works and
1-5.
really stick to it.
Nice. Wow, what an angle. And earned a short return too with an aggressive serve.
Exactly, all set up by such a deep serve and goes right back to that backhand corner. Caught Kaitlyn Christian running to the open court to cover that forehand side, but sometimes going behind quick athletic players is more effective than going through the open court.
2-5. Side out.
Every time.
5-2. Side out.
Just missed for Kaitlyn Christian.
2-5.
Wow.
Point.
So good. He's a high school state champion in tennis. Chose pro pickleball over a college tennis career, did Kiora. What do you think about that?
It's so cool that's a thing.
Right, yeah.
I mean, it's amazing.
Can you imagine if that was an option for
I would have totally
your college
done that
tennis
over
days?
college tennis any day.
Man, the wind-up burns her twice down the line because just as easily, Thomas, as you pointed out, she can go the other way and take pace off to angle it.
Yeah, Kunimoto's finding
nice.
some success going behind Kaitlyn Christian. Kaitlyn does such a good job of covering the open court and anticipating, but going behind her the last couple points has worked.
Oh, wow. Laser beam on the forehand, too. We're tied up 5 apiece.
Yeah, she gets under the ball so well and just hits on the outside of the ball. Just perfect placement from Kunimoto.
Timeout receiver, 5-5. 5-5.
Up, I would say.
Point.
Yeah, she'll keep building on it. I mean, she has belief already. I think this match specifically, she's kind of teetering back and forth between
6-5.
pressing and overplaying and then playing within herself and believing. But overall, just so impressive mentally.
So that one deep, but she's also a great product of the Challenger Series on the PPA. Won 2 golds and a silver in Raleigh.
5-6.
Fueled her confidence, and Kaitlyn Christian with a confident touch down the line to tie it at 6.
6-6. Point.
And Kaitlyn Christian just commanding the court. Had a little bit of a lull there, a little bit of a hot streak from Kunimoto, but she commits to that big serve, and she's just looking for that huge forehand the next shot, almost no matter where it is on the court, even if it's,
right.
You know, sometimes outside the sideline on the backhand side. That's her dominant shot, and she's... Wow, again, set up with that forehand inside out. Just to feel it a couple more times. Why not have a couple shadow strokes thrown in, you know?
Right.
Keep the rhythm going.
8-6.
Wow. Unpredictable once again. Saw Kaitlyn Christian go to her right. Kiora adjusts the other way. What a shot.
A nice 1-2 punch from Kiora, set up perfectly by that roll forehand pass.
6-8.
I think Kaitlyn was surprised that Kiora kind of awkwardly took that out of the air and just hit it right at her. Surprise.
7-8. Side out.
Very peaceful demeanor from Kiora.
8-7.
Ball was sailing.
Oh, it's in.
Oh, boy. Kaitlyn Christian hit an out ball, but doesn't matter. Adds another point to her side.
Kiora applauding Kaitlyn Christian at the end of this.
Asking if she has another timeout, which is, you're playing the best in the world. Just wide, but to not let it devastate you when you take those losses to the highest level. Match point here for Kaitlyn Christian.
10-7.
All right, still alive.
She'll take it.
7-10. Point.
She's still on this.
One at a time. Must be the mentality.
8-10.
Just back. Match point number 2 for Kaitlyn Christian.
That's the right play, though. Again, the 1-2 punch just sailed a little bit. Hasn't quite been on her passing shots today, but I think it's mainly due to the pressure that Kaitlyn Christian is bringing. Makes you feel like you have to really hit a perfect pass because she covers so well.
10-8.
Oh my! Gutsy play from Kiora. Match point on the line, goes big. Take another look at the setup.
So that's a sweeping forehand stroke on the outside of the ball.
But again, that backhand reset to the kitchen to set herself up.
Exactly, yeah. The 1-2 punch again.
Fights 2 match points off. Tells you what she's made of mentally so far. This deep serve.
Ooh.
Had the opening just wide. Kaitlyn Christian back to work. Match point 3.
I don't mind her going for the one-shot pass because it was open. I do agree. Oh.
Goes for broke, and Kaitlyn Christian hangs on to take it into 11-6, 11-8, and only one spot remains to be claimed in the semifinals. We welcome you back to quarterfinal Friday. Michelle McMahon and Thomas Wilson in the booth with you, and Kaitlyn Christian, the 2 seed, moving on to the semifinals, a 2-game sweep over Kiora. She joins us now to talk about it. Kaitlyn, you played some great brand of pickleball there. What was the key to your success against a youngster like Kiora who moves around so well?
Yeah, so many great players coming up. Kiora is such a good player. I got the opportunity to play her last week in Minnesota, so I knew a little bit about her game, but she definitely brings a unique style to the court, and you just have to sort of adapt. And I'm happy you thought I was playing well. I feel like I'm not playing my best pickleball right now, but I'm competing my absolute hardest, and that's all I wanted to do today, and I'm really happy that I was able to do that and get the victory at the very end.
Yeah, great match, Kaitlyn. I want to know the difference between yesterday and today. Yesterday, in your match, there was a few more ups and downs, it seemed like, but today it was kind of, you were just playing more of your A game. So I want to know mentally, what was the difference and what did you adjust coming into today?
Yeah, I went back and watched my match and saw, sometimes when I get in trouble, I have these really big dips, and just minimizing those dips. When I'm playing well, I'm playing really, really well, and it's tough to beat me. So just minimizing those, just staying a bit more locked in mentally every single point, just being really on top of myself and not let my mind wander at all, which is a hard thing. But today I just wanted to compete my absolute hardest, and yeah, very, very happy with the win.
And Kaitlyn, you mentioned in the first question just the young wave of talent. They're here, they're coming on strong. How much pressure is that putting on some of you more experienced pros towards the top?
I think it makes me personally work harder. It's nice that there's so many good girls coming up. Yesterday we saw a new face in Samantha. Today Kiora has been doing well consistently the last few events. Just makes me want to work harder and stay at the top. So I'm happy to see them, and they're very welcome here.
Love it. Cape Coral, give it up for Kaitlyn Christian. Moving on to the semifinal rounds. We will be right back with more pickleball coming your way next. Federico Staxrud and Zane Ford squaring off. It's going to be a fun one.